bringing you another top 3 video, but this is the top 3 worst fragrances that I've ever smelled. Now, I haven't smelled all the houses that a lot of other fragrance reviewers have smelled. I'm getting my nose around to them though. But I've been in this for about 2 years now, so, you know, I smell designers, I smell niche. I'm mainly going into niche now, but, you know, there's still designers that I love. And there's also designers that I haven't even smelled yet, and a lot of them, like YSL, I haven't smelled much of their stuff. And Dior, when it comes to their designer side of mainstream, I should say, collection of fragrances. But this is going to be, yeah, top 3 worst fragrances. And this is going to be in no particular order. And there's 2 designer and 1 niche. Actually, for the second designer, it was kind of a hard choice for me because I hate a couple of them equally, but in different aspects. But all around, I guess I can say these are the ones I hate the most. And now this isn't to, you know, bash anyone who likes these fragrances. You know, everyone has their own taste. And unfortunately, these do not mesh well with my taste. So the first one I'm going to start with is actually one that's been around since the 70s. And it's definitely, it seems like a love or hate fragrance. You know, there's not many people, I don't think, that are in the middle, or maybe there's like, whatever about it. But this fragrance I absolutely hate. And another fragrance reviewer, Dan Mickers-Mish, can definitely vouch for this one. And this one's going to be Jeffrey Bean's Gray Flannel. Now, I've tried to give this one a chance. A couple times, actually. But I just can't stand it. It is one of the worst smells I've ever experienced. Now, my girlfriend says it smells like bug spray, but although I can vouch for that, it smells like a really bad chemical cleaner. Like, just so bad. It doesn't even smell like a good chemical cleaner. It's so sharp. It maintains the sharpness throughout the fragrance. It's so, like, if it was a, you know, like a physical object, it would be this sharp blade that just stabs your nose. And it's just so bad. It stinks. I can't stand it. Like, I can't even understand how people could wear it, you know. But, you know, I digress. Everyone has their own, you know, taste. But, I'm sorry. It's quite possible. I don't know if it'll ever be topped, you know, by other fragrances I smell, because it's just awful. Awful. It's so bad. So that's my opinion on Gray Flannel. Hate it. The thing definitely lasts on your skin. And also it doesn't change. It's extremely linear to me. So it doesn't even get better. Like how some fragrances can be really bad at the beginning, you know, and eventually dries down to something like, oh, I can actually wear this. No, this is just bad. It smells bad throughout the whole time. So, no on Gray Flannel. Definite no for me. So then I got my second choice here. Actually, while I'm doing this video, I do all this off the top of my head. You know, I don't go by a script or you know, have notes lying around. I was just thinking in my head, I may actually change this to 2 niche. Technically, one's a niche. It's from a design, you know, from a mainstream designer, but it's in their exclusive collection. Because now I'm remembering how bad it actually is. I'll leave that for third, though, because I want to get my thoughts around it. So my second one is one that I got a sample of when I was buying a fragrance. You know, it was just like a sample pack that was given to me, you know, when I purchased the fragrance. And it's from my house that I haven't smelled. This is the only fragrance I smelled of, so it's unfortunately a very bad first impression on me. But, you know, I'm not going to judge the house at all because I'm sure they have plenty of good fragrances that a lot of people love. But this one is extremely displeasing to me. And that one is actually going to be by the house of Byredo, and the fragrance is Black Saffron. So, you know, when I got the sample, I was like, huh, you know, I've never tried a Byredo fragrance. So I was like, okay, let's do this. So I spray it on my skin, and right away my girlfriend just gets choked out by the fragrance. Like, what the hell did you just spray? And I was like, I don't know. So, you know, I smelled it and I was like, whoa, what is this? You know, it smelled extremely animalic to me. Now, I love animalic fragrances, you know. I can, like, leather oud, love that stuff, and Umbrerum from Histoires de Parfum, whatever the, honestly, really bad with their name. I believe it's Histoire, or bad pronunciation of French, but that's a really good fragrance. That's extremely animalic and has like this vanilla base to it, which is really nice. But this one, it was like extremely perfumey smelling, mixed with this just horrible animalic smell. And apparently it's just saffron, and at least according to Fragrantica, the main notes are saffron, leather, and raspberry. Completely threw me off there. I didn't know raspberry could have a stench like that, because I've smelled Back to Black, and that's an, you know, I can smell the raspberry in that fragrance, but this, I don't know what this is, but it's so displeasing to me. Like, it never got better. I thought it was gonna get better, you know, after other things emerged throughout the fragrance, but actually this one was all my second scrubber ever. You know, like, to the point where I just can't stand it. It was so bad that I had to scrub it immediately. Well, not immediately. I gave it like an hour, okay? Until I just couldn't take it anymore. It's so strong, and it just, it would smell like something cheap, you know? And when I say cheap, I mean, like, you know how the alcoholic, gross smell, you know, alcoholic perfumey smell from, like, you imagine that would be from the 40s or 50s. That's what this smells like. And speaking of 40s and 50s, actually this is, I think, from the 20s or 30s, the next fragrance I'm going to say. But it is just so bad to me. I can't find any redeeming qualities to it, and I gave that sample away. I did not want that. So that's my opinion on Byredo's Black Saffron. Very bad first impression on the house, but I'm not going to judge him from that, you know. I just didn't like that one at all. So, you know, to each their own. Now, the third one I was thinking about, I was going through different couple ones in my head, but now that I really think about this fragrance, I'm probably going to have to go with this. And this is a very well-known fragrance too. And this is the Eau de Parfum. I've never smelled the extrait, or, you know, the original, I guess, version of it. But this is from Chanel's Les Exclusifs collection, and this is Cuir de Russie. And I wasn't sure what to expect from the notes on Fragrantica. I was like, okay, so it's going to be, you know, it should be interesting, you know, leathery and with some maybe soapy qualities to it. And it does have soapy qualities to it, but when I smelled it, once again, it's a sharp fragrance. I've noticed I don't like very sharp fragrances, like the texture of sharpness. And once again, Cuir de Russie definitely gives that sharp edge to it. It's just sharp with aldehydes, though. It's really strange, and it's not, you know, it just doesn't smell good to me at all. You know, I was really pumped up for this. I thought maybe it was going to be really good, you know, but I thought it was going to be smooth. This is not a smooth fragrance, and that's what makes it so bad, is it's not smooth. It's not, it just a very linear, once again. I can't really pinpoint what I smell other than very tiny bit of leather and very sharp version of aldehydes. And I like aldehydes, but not like this. This is like very, very, honestly, I don't want to say gross, because it doesn't smell gross. It just smells really bad to me. I can't even like put it into words, because I don't want to say it smells gross to me, but it doesn't make me nauseous at all. But there's just something about it that I couldn't stand it. I was like, what is this crap? Like, this is the newer version, of course. Once again, the Lay Exclusives version. I have never smelled the original. For all I know, that could be a great fragrance, and maybe the extract is a great fragrance too. But when I smelled the Eau de Parfum, no. Once again, that's another sample I promptly got rid of quickly, because my nose just couldn't stand it. And this is, coming from someone who I try to find the good in all fragrances, whether or not, I like it, I give everything a chance. But these were fragrances that gave me really, really bad impressions, and I just could not get past it, and these are also very linear to me fragrances, so there was nothing redeeming later on. If I could have smelled something like, okay, maybe this will get better, but none of that happened. It always maintained the harshness of it. I don't like the harshness of these types of fragrances, and so I'm starting to learn what I like and don't like, truly don't like. There's a lot of things I can, like saffron. I've smelled saffron in other fragrances, but in black saffron, no, that is not the facet of saffron I like. I do not want to see that face again. And aldehydes, I like aldehydes, but not this really sharp, chemically inducing smell. And when I say chemically, I don't mean synthetic. I mean actually like what I imagine a chemical would smell like, just a plain old chemical. Obviously, synthetics are chemicals, but I guess I could say all synthetics are chemicals, but not all chemicals are synthetic. I'm making my brain go crazy right now to try to grasp the words, because, I like aldehydes. It's obviously a chemical note. It's synthetic, but when I think of the word chemical, I think of displeasing notes rather than pleasing. That's where I'm looking for. And that's definitely one of them. Same thing with grape flannel. That's also a chemically displeasing smell to me. So that's what I have for you today. My top 3 worst fragrances currently. We'll see how far it goes later on. But let me know what your top 3 worst fragrances are. And let me know what you think of these fragrances I listed here, because, I want to see other opinions of what they think of these fragrances that I just can't wrap my head around. And I would appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel, like this video. It would mean a lot to me. I'm trying to get out there 100 subscribers. That'd be great to get. My little milestone that a lot of people have already reached, but you gotta start somewhere, right?